The Muslim community, which numbers around 1.3 billion people, is dispersed across Asia, Africa, Europe, and North America. Muslims make up both the majority and minority population in a variety of countries. As a result, the Muslim world is made up of people of many races and ethnic groups who speak a variety of languages. Despite the fact that the violent conflict in southern Thailand has claimed over 6,000 lives, the underlying causes of the conflict remain unknown. Researchers have yet to delve into the socio-economic origins of conflict in the region, which are veiled by the secrecy of the insurgency movement and the pervasive employment of misinformation of the Thai authorities. Prime Minister Thaksin Shinawatra assumed broad emergency powers in July 2005 to deal with the southern violence, but the insurgency grew stronger. In terms of the history of interaction between Islam and Buddhism as a religion, it examines how the conflict in the southern Thailand influenced Thailand Muslim global ties.
Okay, next, the issue or problem about the conflict on southern Thailand. The current religious tension in the south can be traced back to the 1940s, when the Thailand government changed its assimilation policies in the south in response to rising Malay nationalism linked to anti-colonial movement at the period. Over the next 2 decades, one of the Thai authorities' goals was to sever identity relation between Thai Malays and those in Malaya. Unintentionally, the policies enacted for this reason may have helped to emphasize the religious identity of southern Thailand's Malay Muslim. Conception of the Patani dispute that emphasize its religious aspect have gained a lot of attraction. As a result, the conflict is often characterized as a religious conflict, with the insurgents' motive changing from primarily ethno-nationalist to Islamist goals. The relation between the insurgency and foreign jihadis and terrorist organizations have also been a subject of analysis. A close study of recent violence in Thailand's south clearly demonstrates the central position of Islam and religion in the conflict.
The conflict that ongoing in southern Thailand for the past many years has caused insecurity in community, especially in the areas of the conflict. Due to the insurgency and violence in the deep south of Thailand, it has left impacts to the community in the deep south of Thailand. The first implication is identity discrimination. The efforts of the Thai national government to eliminate the identity of the Malays in Thailand into one Thai identity is one of oppression to the minority in the south of Thailand. Second implication is religion violation. The conflicts become worse when the Thailand government has interfered in the religion affairs of the Muslim Malays in the deep south of Thailand. The third implication is an economic. The conflict and insurgency between Patani Malays and the Thailand national government has caused into the delay of economic development in the areas that are involved in the conflict. The last implication is the violation of human rights. Individual rights, justice, and freedom has been the main issue that questions in the South Thailand recently. Harsh and violent military action in dispersing an assembly is said to have violated the human rights, especially among the Malays in the southern Thailand.
Recommendations. First one is rebuild on the economic development. Economic development aims to rebuild an economy that has been destroyed by the war. This economic development can function and restore the freedom to engage in legitimate business. The main objective is to organize and promote local economic activities, such as manufacturing, service, and agriculture. The second one is stability operations. Stability operations can be carried out to prevent or avoid the occurrence of war. This is because these stability operations can function well to help and complete offensive, defensive operations as well as support or backup on the field. The third one is local security force. Host nations' security force are trained and employed locally. The host nation's security force mentioned on FM 324 can be replaced with local security force (LSF) as these situations occur in Thailand. The goal of this business is to build and manage an independent and successful LSF.